They were picking up the litter, which is part of their culture, part of our culture, but that meant that it changed the situation. I mean, if you ask people what their behaviour is and then tell them that they're wrong, then the next time you ask them, they're going to have a different response. So similarly with litter, if you go and pick it up from the particular area and you count it and you take it away, then you've created a different environment from the normal. So we said that when they count, they've got to leave it there, which is very hard for anyone that's got any responsibility. But if you want to be accurate, then that's what you have to do.
It certainly gave me a huge insight in terms of, again, the role that KESAB plays in the national, on the national front, and I think that gave me, I suppose, a fuller appreciation for just what level of influence South Australia can play on the national scene. I think it's, again, something that a lot of South Australians, we always think that we're probably behind the 8 ball compared to the East Coast, but I think we often underestimate our capabilities, our expertise, and just what we've got to contribute.
Litter was a real problem in South Australia, as it was in other parts of Australia. And so you've got these people who are contributing their time, volunteering, using volunteers, to strive just to improve the environment in which we live. So, that's something that I've always liked. And people were genuine, they weren't just employees. The people on the board, the people who were employed by KESAB, they just didn't come to work 9 till 5 and do what they had to do. They came here with a passion. And I think it was that passion that we needed. And the passion was certainly supported by the board and from the number of sponsors and supporters that we had as well. You could see that passion coming through in them as well.
By looking at cost-benefit analysis over the years at different points in time, and there is a multiplier effect here, in terms of how much money we put in versus how much volunteer effort that leverages. So for a small amount of money we can get a reasonably large reach and impact, and that's replicated in a number of all of the programs that KESAB runs. And it's not to be underestimated, the millions of dollars of time and effort that people put in, from picking up litter along roadsides all the way through to working with classes or school groups, or in the tidy towns, what used to be tidy towns is now sustainable communities. All that community effort and time, it not only delivers stuff on the ground, but it builds capacity within the community.
It was like going into, an archaeologist's den, and you realise then how amateurish, but how real KESAB was back in 1967, 68, and also how much the media helped KESAB establish its credibility and establish a footprint that still hasn't gone away. KESAB can't afford these days to have a television commercial, but we're finding that if we give to TV stations the original footage of a 1970s TV commercial, they might run it when they're using it for another event or another activity.